This weekend, Christina and I had the opportunity to see a film by Terrence Malick called A Hidden Life. I don't know if you've seen a Malick film or not. He is a specialist in showing rather than telling. The film's 3 hours long and there's not that much dialogue. Every scene is beautifully shot. But it's a story about an Austrian peasant by the name of Franz Jägerstätter, who simply comes to the conclusion that he cannot swear an oath of loyalty to Hitler, which is what he's called to do, to enlist in the Austrian army during the Second World War. People tell him, oh, it's just something you say with your lips. Doesn't matter what you actually believe in your mind or heart, just do it and all of your problems will go away. Well, he doesn't, and you can imagine the end result. Malick ends the film with a quote by the author George Eliot, and she says, "The growing good of the world is partly dependent on unhistoric acts. Things that are not so ill with you and me as they might have been is half owing to the number who lived faithfully a hidden life and rest in uninvited tombs." Jägerstätter is constantly asked the question, why are you taking a stand for this? No one is going to know, no one is going to care. But there is something in the man that caused him to do the right thing, even if no one would know. Paul tells us this in his letter to the Colossians, the 3rd chapter. "Since you've been raised with Christ, set your hearts on things above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Set your mind on things above and not on earthly things. For you died, and your life is now hidden with Christ in God." And a little later on, he tells slaves to take this attitude. "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for men, since you know you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving." We see light at the end of the tunnel with this stay-at-home order in the state in which I'm living, but we are still faced with this situation for some time to come, and it really does feel like we are entering into a daily grind. But Jägerstätter's testimony in his life was a reminder to me to do those simple things like returning the grocery cart at the end of shopping, picking up the dog poop rather than leaving it by the side of the road. Those things that no one is going to say one thing or the other necessarily, but these little hidden acts add up to a testimony. It is very unlikely that the person giving this little devotional, or any of us watching it, will have biographies written or statues constructed. But each hidden life, including ours, is being watched over by the one who created us, who sustains us, who redeems us, and will carry us home. God bless you today. Our music for today didn't use anything from Bob Dylan for quite some time, and now we get 2 in a row. Shortly after he became a Christian, wrote the song "I Believe in You," which is a great song about, even in the midst of people not understanding you or even ridiculing you for your faith, it's a prayer to the Lord saying, "I believe in you no matter what." Also, take a look at the trailer from the movie. Even if you don't have 3 hours to put into it, 3 minutes is well worth the effort.